some seats up there then. Thank you. Hi everyone, we have England's head coach Eddie Jones and captain Courtney Lawes, who I've remembered to bring this week, for press conference, please. Who would like to go first, please?
Eddie, congratulations. Another tough test, but you had the result to come through. Can you just give us your assessment of the game?
Really pleased with the leadership of the team. I think Courtney and Owen and Genge and Jack Noel particularly really set the platform for a young team. You know, again, last 20 minutes of the game, we got 6 guys under 10 caps, but their contribution to the team has been outstanding all tour. And we just, you know, we had to fight like anything today, and we kept in there. We weren't at our best, which sometimes happens. You know, that's rugby. And when you fight like that and win a game like that, it's a big achievement from the team. But, you know, all the credit goes to the leadership group.
Sure. And Tommy Freeman and Freddie Stewart, what was your view of their performances?
Yeah, no, both of them did well. You know, they had a bit of ball. I think they had, 70% possession or some ridiculous figure. So they had to do a lot of defensive work, and both learned a lot in that game.
That last 10 minutes in particular, I think they defended 20 paces at one point. Was that knowing what was coming from Australia, or was it all just heart and defence?
Well, we thought Australia would throw it around this week. You know, they've probably been more conservative than we thought they would be. Playing at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and it looks like a big pitch because it's in the middle of a cricket oval, and so it has illusion that it's a bigger pitch than it is. And they were always going to throw it around, so we had to defend well. I thought, you know, the longer the game went, the better we defended. It reminded me a lot of the second test in 2016. We're very similar. They were side to side. We had to defend long phases and then pick the opportunity to get a poach, and we did that really well.
Eddie, did you change anything defensively? Because in the first half they were making line breaks.
No, just better spacing, better attention to where the issue is. Just very small things.
Eddie, can we just check that your scrum half change wasn't injury related? Was that?
No, it was tactical.
Right, and
We're always going to use the 2 for 80, as I said. So that's not something that's unusual.
no, it's just it's quite early, so.
Not really, because if you usually go 55-25, so it went 35-45. So it was late, I think. You work it out.
Eddie, how does the satisfaction of this series win compare to 2016?
This was tougher, mate. Yeah, we had a more established team in 2016 coming on the back of the Grand Slam and coming on the back of a 2015 team. So this team, you know, we're nurturing this team at the moment. We've got a good group of senior players and we've got all these young guys coming through. So it was an entirely different experience. You know, we weren't as prepared as we need to be for the first test because we didn't have enough training time on the paddock, which we don't control. But as the tour went on, we got more cohesive, more together, understood how we wanted to play. So it was hard work, but it was also a great tour for the boys. I think you know, Australia's a fantastic place to tour. You know, a few of the players have said, why would any Englishman, why would any Australian move to England? You know, they could sit at Coogee Bay Road, have a cup of coffee, watch life pass you by. It's a pretty good experience. So I think they've had a good tour, and it's good to cap it with a result.
Courtney, does that make it?
Can you go on?
I was going to say, does it make it a better achievement then in 2016?
Well, we don't need to compare, mate. Yeah, but we had a lot of team development go on this tour. We've had a lot of leadership development go on the tour, so I'm really pleased with the development of the team. You know, the result's always important, guys, but the development of the team for us now, when we're in this World Cup cycle, where, you know, in the last 12 months, we're developing a team for the World Cup, was crucial for us that we got it right. And the results don't always tell you get it right, which is contrary to what you think. But the development of the team's been outstanding, really.
Courtney, how enjoyable was it to be the first captain to lift the new trophy and just what it symbolised about, as Eddie was talking about, sort of new team coming together or turning a corner?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we really wanted it as a team, just to cap the tour off properly, because we've really had a great time. We've stuck together. We've spent a lot of time together, and we've really invested time with each other. So we wanted to go out there and we wanted to make this tour special. And I think it would have been special, you know, win, lose or draw, but we wanted to cap it off properly.
And it's sort of been an up and down season, and it's how good to pick up again at the end after the Six Nations, as it were.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, it's been a long season, that's for sure. So very happy to get a bit of time off now. But yeah, like Eddie said, we're a developing squad. We've come a long way this tour, and I think the result tonight shows really how far we've come in such a short space of time.
And we're asking you about Tommy Freeman when he got picked last week, and then the way he played tonight. Is that just another glimpse of what he can be some of the moments?
He's got a lot to give. I think, yeah, he was good tonight, but yeah, I don't think he's seen anything yet.
Eddie, you mentioned on the television there that Australia has a lot of talent and opportunities to put you under pressure tonight and possibly even win the series. They're lacking a killer instinct, do you think?
No, I think, you know, you can see how they're trying to play. They've got a lot of good players. When you look at, you know, who's got a nice coat on tonight, they had Quaid and James O'Connor sitting on the sidelines. They've got plenty of talent, and I think they know how they want to play. But like anything, it takes time, mate. It takes time. You've got to be patient.
Were you,
Yeah.
were you surprised they lifted James O'Connor?
I don't comment on the team selection, mate. You know, everyone comments on my selection. So I'm hardly going to criticise another coach's selection.
Possibly you see them again at the World Cup. You don't play in November. Is there an opportunity lost there for the Wallabies in this series to kind of
Well, I don't think
build themselves up psychologically, perhaps?
you never take anything in the next game. You know, I think the state of origin shows that. You know, and we see that historically over and over again. And whilst the media like to talk, they get some sort of advantage over a team. You don't. You know, you start from scratch. Every time you play a game, you start from scratch. You know, and that was one of the good things I enjoyed about us today. We started poorly after having a good game last week, and maybe we felt like the game was going to go our way because we played so well for patches last week. And sometimes the players get disappointed by the game, and then they start going off script. And what I enjoyed today was that the players didn't go off script. They stuck at it, and found a way to win for a young team, which is fantastic. Yeah, and Australia will find that, mate. Yeah, I think they saw some of that in the Rugby Championship last year, and I'm sure with more time together, and you know, they've had a lot of injuries, they'll find their way.
Like what you said on the box before, that Australia sort of did a bit of smack talk in the lead up to some of these games. Can you just elaborate on what you mean by that and why that was a motivating factor?
Yeah, we saw plenty of stuff in the press about some of their players and what they were saying. You know, some people targeting Genji, some people, you know, calling us Poms and whatnot. So it's all fuel for our tank, and you know, any good team uses that as motivation, I think.
Courtney, a fair bit of success at the tackle both these last two tests. What do you think's giving you the edge there?
In our defence?
And the breakdown as well.
I think picking the right moments to go for it. I think because Australia keep the ball for such long phases, you know, sometimes they can get destroyed and you get players on their own, and then you can really target that. But you've got to hold them out for a period of time to get them opportunities. Like we saw the first two tests, how they were able to score in the first kind of 3, 4, 5 phases. You just don't get them chances if that's the case.
Last couple, please, thanks. Sorry, Dan.
In that last quarter, and particularly in that sort of 20 phase attack, what was going through your
ahead? What was the body feeling? You said it was the longest season.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, and you know, I spoke the whole tour about how, as a team, we want to have that feeling of playing for each other. And when you're in them kind of scenarios, that's the only thing that gets you through. You know, your body's broke. You've played for 11 months. You're on the end of a tough tour, and you're under the cosh. And what are you going to do? You're digging for your mates, and I think it showed what it means to us.
Eddie, I understand that you're going to head down to Melbourne and hang out with the Storm and some of the AFL clubs there. Can you sort of tell us a bit more about that and what you're looking to get out of it?
Try to become a better coach.
Is there anything in particular?
No, just like I think the AFL particularly are very good at communicating with their players. You know, they have them for 24 weeks, so keeping the message fresh, understanding the relationships, and the Melbourne Storm are the toughest team I've seen, so we can always learn from them. So it's great for us that we can spend a week down there and really try to improve our coaching, because we want to get better as coaches. You know, we're asking players always to get better, so we need to be role models. So we'll have a good week down there. Maybe relax at some stage.
Tomorrow?
Sorry?
Are you going to a game tomorrow?
No. Just say with Courtney, like for a Lions player who played their last test in August, to play a game like that in, what is it now, July, like it's unbelievable effort. So, you know, it shows you what you can do. But he needs a good rest now. 4 kids at home. I don't know whether you're going to get it, mate.
I know, man. It won't be a break.
And on that note, we'll let Courtney go there, shall we?
Cheers.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, Eddie.
We'll just do a quick writers briefing, Eddie, and then we'll get the players through.
Cheers,
Thanks.
guys.